you'll get something out of it no matter which day you tune in or what episode you listen to. You're going to get some quality pieces out of every person that sits here and talks with us.
Hey out there, thank you so much for tuning in to Business Gold, a business leader's journey. My name is Grey Shealy, and along with Jennifer Saucier, we are starting this podcast. We are actually going to kick it off, the two of us, so that you can learn a little bit about who we are, where we are, how we got here, and what's going to happen in the future. We're super excited, and we look forward to hearing from you all. Let's turn it over to Jen.
Hello, and welcome to the very first Business Gold, a business leader's journey podcast. I am so excited to be here with my co-creator, Grey from Greybird Media.
Yes,
welcome.
Ma'am. Yeah, this is great. Glad to get this up and started.
Yes, it has been quite a journey for the two of us.
Has.
We've enjoyed it very much, though, but it is definitely a process that I wasn't sure about, but you have kind of led me the whole way through. You've been a great producer.
Thanks. I appreciate it. I think that this is something that I am interested in. I think maybe others in the community would be too. Brought it to you, and I think, we kind of figured it out.
Yeah, we work very well together because we've worked many other projects together.
Yes.
With your business, Greybird Media, I have used you a million times over with my business. So tell us everything that Greybird does do so everybody in the community knows where to go to for all the fun media stuff.
Okay, it's tough. So Greybird Media does a whole bunch of stuff. We do videography. That is where it started. We do photo booth. We do DJ. We do this kind of stuff.
Yes.
We produce things like that. We do website design, logos, photos. If you can think of it, I can do it, or I know someone that can, that works with me, that we knock it out.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right.
So you said it, and I have worked with you a lot. You're my favorite venue to work at because you own the Hive.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the Hive at Lavender Estate, we've been in Sumter a couple years now. Super excited in year 2 of being here. We won the Best of Sumter Wedding Venue
killer.
for 2022.
That's killer.
We were honored and felt very blessed to have received that award. And it's honestly just been through word of mouth and having the great people of Sumter come to the venue.
No, you have worked. You have worked. Don't even. You have worked, girl. I've seen it, and I love it. It's absolutely fantastic. You do great things here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. We enjoy what we do, and I think that's part of what we wanted this podcast to be about.
Exactly.
Taking to the community the things that all of us small business owners do that we love. And we wanted everybody in the community to know you have all these great people out here. They're doing all these great things, and this is how they made it happen. So sharing a wealth of information with our listeners about small business.
Yeah, 100%. Because I've lived here for most of my life, and the people that we have lined up, a lot of them have had their business here for a long time, and I had no idea what they did, what they do.
Right.
Like, it's awesome. I'm super excited to get started.
Yeah. So we have a great lineup already of guests that will be coming in. And then we also are going to do like bits and pieces of kind of learning podcasts. So we'll learn a little bit of information of like, this is how we do this. This is a great leadership piece. So it's kind of going to be a twofold podcast. And it's really, there's going to be something for everybody on this podcast.
I think so. I'm super pumped about that because, like you said, there's a wealth of knowledge here, and I'm excited to get that wealth out to the community so that they can see what's here. Because a lot of people, they like to complain about Sumter that, there's not much here. Well, there's a lot going on.
There is. I mean, this town, since this revitalization, even downtown, look at all the festivals that are here. Look at all the vendors that come in just for those type of things. I mean, I'm super excited that we're going to be like talking to maybe somebody that has a food truck. And I mean, not like these huge businesses that are in a storefront, but those hometown local people that hook that trailer behind the truck and take off for work every morning. Those people add value to your life.
Yeah.
And that's what we're trying to bring is value to our listeners' lives.
So speaking of that, you have brought value to this community, but you're not from this community. So
No,
tell me a little bit more. I know you're back in, but the people at home might not. Tell me a little bit more.
So I was raised in Madison County, North Carolina. So I'm a mountain girl. Loved living there, loved the mountains. Most of my adulthood was in Buncombe County, which is the next county over, which is like Asheville, North Carolina. Most of the time when people say Asheville, they know, mountains, fall leaves. That's like the place to go.
It's beautiful up there.
It is beautiful. And I was blessed with a really great family there. But my husband is from Sumter.
That's right.
Yeah. So when we both finished our first careers, we came back home, and he tells me all the time, he says, "Jen, you brought me kicking and screaming." But he loves it back home just as much as,
Nice.
as I love it here. But what brought me here, honestly, Gray, was the people. The people here are amazing.
Wow.
Yes. I mean, Asheville is hometown if you get outside of it in the backwoods, like where I grew up in Madison County.
Yeah.
But it's so touristy that it's changing a lot, So my husband and I really wanted a different vibe, a different feel for our retirement. And that's what this is for us, is our retirement. And so we packed up and we came here. His family is here. We have got to spend so much more time with his side of the family, which I am just telling you, like, I got a bonus family that is like amazing. I love my husband's family, and they love me, and
Good.
That's all part of it. But
Yeah.
Sumter, you can walk down the street and say hello, and they will answer you back. That doesn't always happen in Asheville.
Oh, okay.
So it's the people here that I love. I just
That's
love it.
really
And
cool.
that kind of has helped me build my business, because the people here are so accepting and loving. And that's like my ideal client. Is those kind of people that are like that down to earth. Let me just give you a big hug, which COVID really sucked that I couldn't give people hugs. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I
Yeah.
am glad to be back into the giving people that I adore hugs. Every time I see you, Gray, I grab you up. You're like my big teddy bear. And so that's what brought me to Sumter.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I knew some of that. I didn't
You
know.
didn't know all
No, I didn't
that?
know about the people.
Yeah.
But tell the people about your story of this place.
Yes.
Because it's kind of crazy when you opened and stuff like that.
Yes. So we bought this place like about 3 years ago. So we worked on it a little bit. And then the weekend that I moved to Sumter, my gal pals from here were like, we're going to the beach and we're going to have a great time. So we're going to have like a welcome to Sumter throwdown. So it happened to be St. Patty's Day weekend. So it became a tradition that the girls would go to the beach for St. Patty's, because Myrtle Beach has a lot of fun stuff for St. Patty's. So we were at the beach, and the first big swoop of COVID came into Myrtle Beach while we were there.
Tough.
Yes. So I literally landed in Sumter when COVID landed. And I promise I didn't bring it to Sumter. So our plan was to open that August. But when we bought this place, literally it was a shell of a building that had been a warehouse. So it was love, sweat, tears, crying, yelling, screaming, laughter of literally my husband's family, my new friends from Sumter, and myself building this beautiful facility into what the Hive at Lavender Estate is today.
Yeah.
So we were supposed to open in August. Well, we all know what happened that summer. Everything got shut down.
Yeah.
And so here I was like, okay, what do I do? Well, the Lord looked down and said, well, honey, you're in the county. It don't matter, because this is the city that's shut down. So a little bit of a blessing wrapped up in that. So all those people from the city were looking for a place.
Yeah. That
So
worked out.
It worked out for us. It was a blessing for us. And we have just everything's just kind of tumbleweeded. We went from we're going to do weddings to doing events. We do any kind of event, birthday. We've done Sweet 16. We've done cornhole tournaments.
Yeah,
We've
you had
done
cornhole in this thing.
inside the building. We
Yeah,
had cornhole.
yeah.
Because it was hot outside that day. And we were like, there is no way someone wants to stand outside and play cornhole all day in this kind of heat. Which, by the way, I am still not quite acclimated to the type of heat that we have in Sumter. You know, the mountain girls, we have a nice breeze with the heat. It's hot, but there's this lovely breeze that comes through the mountains. They ain't not one breeze that comes through Sumter. And I'm going to say it just like that. They ain't not one breeze that comes through Sumter, okay?
No, you're right.
So I'm still trying to get used to that. But back to my story is we have literally turned this into, if you can think of it, we can do it here. If we can accommodate you, come on, we want you to come. And I have, through that, met vendors like you and made the process easier for myself in business, and through working with vendors that I could call my preferred vendors. You know, we love to do proposals with packages. So you get a one-stop shop because I have great people like you that come into my venue and work. I love your DJing. Your photo booth is amazing. And you just got a new photo booth that I can't wait to have out here. Yeah. It's going to be amazing. Tell us about that. That's a new upcoming thing for you.
It is. So the ones that I have now, they come straight to your phone, or they'll go to email or something like that. But this new one, it will do the same kind of things, but it'll print.
Yes.
Since I've only been running the photo booth about a year and some change, maybe just a year. I'm terrible with time. Time escapes me. But this one will print, and it will print high quality photos. So it's something that you will want to keep instead of the little strip from the arcade that it was like, let's just toss these anywhere. No, These are going to be high quality photos that will help you document that special memory wherever you have us at.
Right.
Yeah.
You can put that puppy in a nice frame and put it right there
on
your nightstand or in your living room.
We can print different sizes. We can do the little arcade strips. We can do 4x6s, 6x8s. It's awesome.
That sounds golden.
Hopefully. We'll see. It's here today. I haven't put it together. So hopefully.
It literally came today.
Right, it did.
Because we were talking about it, but I'm super excited about it. And
very
I know
excited.
You're stoked about it.
Yeah, I am.
So anyway, that's my story. It's just my husband is amazing. He's the co-owner.
Sweet guy.
Oh,
sweet guy. Yeah.
He is, we have such a great story, the two of us, and we're just, he's very helpful. Like I said, and now I know why his family is like they are. He's very much like his family. So we have a whole gaggle of children between us, okay?
Gaggle.
So we have a son and a daughter. They're 27 and 28. And then we have a bunch of grandchildren, and I love it. We have 4 grandchildren. We have one on the way, a little girl finally. Hallelujah. I'm so excited about that. And then we have a great grandson.
It blows me away that you say that, because you are not great grandma. Like, you're not old enough for that.
So we don't believe in steps or halves or anything like that.
Sure.
And so when my son got married, his wife, which I will just say I adore my daughter-in-law. My son married his mother, okay? She's just like me.
Okay.
She had 3 children already
when
she came into our family. And so the children are a little, older than what, I became an instant grandma, which I love. And those 3 gave me my grandma name.
Nice.
Which is Jen Ma.
Jen Ma.
I will love it till the day I go to my grave. I think that is the most amazing name.
I've never heard that one before.
I know,
I've
right?
heard Mama and Pawpaw, but I've never heard Jen Ma.
Who is a Jen Ma?
You
Only
are.
me. That's right. So my life is great. This place is great. I feel like I'm in like the best place I could be in my life.
We're going to take a short break to hear a word from our sponsors. We'll be right back.
The Hive at Lavender Estate, the sweetest place to be in Sumter, South Carolina, just off of North Main. Contact us at lavenderfieldestate@gmail.com or find us at lavenderfieldestate.com.
Greybird Media is your one-stop shop for videography, DJ services, and photo booth. Let us be a part of your next event. Find us on the web at Greybird, that's gray with a E, greybirdmedia.com.
Thanks to our sponsors, The Hive at Lavender Estate and Greybird Media. And now, back to our show. And you have a brand new, adorable little girl.
Yes.
I need to hear all about your life.
Yes.
To include that beautiful little girl.
Yeah, okay. So I was born and raised in Sumter. I went to Sumter High School, graduated there, went to USC. And then I moved to Mississippi for about 5 or 6 years, got a master's degree at the University of Southern Miss, and that's where Greybird Media started.
Okay.
Greybird Media started out there out of necessity because my degrees are in music education and percussion. I'm a drummer. I play drums. But it came time for a recital, and I had no one to film or record it. This is something I spent a lot of time in a practice room working up with a bunch of different individuals. So I needed a camera. Luckily, my professor had a little crummy camcorder. We set it up, and a buddy of mine, his name's Andy Gilstrap, he was really good at Pro Tools. And so he set up his mics, recorded it, and I have that. I look back on it fondly.
Awesome.
But from there, I had the opportunity to go. I was a graduate assistant with the marching band, and I had the opportunity to go with them to Dublin, Ireland. And I thought, I'll never be back to Ireland, probably ever in my life. But it was awesome. We were there for St. Patrick's Day.
Stop it.
Yes.
Whoa.
We marched. I actually got to play because one of the bass drummers couldn't go, so I played bass drum. It was super cool. Tons of people. It was awesome. But I knew I probably would never be there again, so I bought a little GoPro at the time, bought a little stand for it, and just kind of stuck it on my shoulder and walked around and just filmed stuff. And from there, I came back home and fell in love with editing. I started with iMovie. It was not much of anything, and I look back on them now. Those videos are kind of cringy, but it is what it is. But from there, it led to other people. I bought a bigger camera. Andy and I got together, and we started doing student recitals for people.
Okay.
Because that necessity that I had, other students had, they needed a way to send off tapes to go to college interviews. You can't go to all of them, so they would send off a tape and things like that. We've done people that have gotten into Juilliard and all kinds of stuff. It's a big deal. Yeah. Nice. From there, we started doing orchestra concerts. We did drama and stuff like that, big plays, big things. We started to branch out into the community. It all started, it was actually Andy that named my company. Greybird is actually my family's called me that forever. It's like a nickname.
I didn't know that. You just told me.
How about that?
You just told me something.
Yeah.
Now, I knew someone else had named it, but you didn't tell me that little piece about your family calling you that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Andy named it. Andy, I can't say enough about Andy. I love that guy. He and his wife, Michelle, and Atticus, they're incredible people. Like you're talking about people here, those guys there, oh my gosh, they were insane. They're awesome people. But I moved back. I moved back to Sumter in about 2017. Wasn't really sure what I was going to do. At that time I'd picked up flying drones. The video stuff had kind of taken off, but I completely left all of that and came back here and started kind of from ground zero. Because even though I'd grown up here, when I left, I wasn't doing what I came back doing. Does that make sense?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
So I had to rebuild all this stuff with new people because a lot of the people I knew had moved away or were doing different things or stuff like that. So I started working a job at Alice Drive Baptist Church doing a bunch of the tech stuff. I'm a geeky person. I really, really like plugging things in and pushing buttons.
That sounds good. Okay.
That's basically what it is. That's what all this stuff is. And then from there in 2017, I met Beth and Nick Hooper. They were part of the volunteer people out there that worked with me. And she had a sister that they started bringing along. I didn't think anything of it because you can ask Sarah. That's not my wife, but I was really dumb with how that came around. She was very blatant about it, and I was really dumb about it. But they started bringing her around, and we started dating at the turn of the year, about 2018, and then a couple months later we got married. COVID happened, things got crazy. We bought a house, and then 4 months ago. We had our first girl, Scarlett.
I love little Scarlett, you guys.
Yeah.
Just picture beautiful eyes and lots of beautiful dark hair. That is our little Scarlett.
Yeah.
I keep telling her that I'm her Aunt Jen Jen.
Yes.
So I love to cuddle.
Loves it.
Yeah, I love to cuddle on her. She's a sweetheart.
She's absolutely wonderful. Right now we're just trying to get her to sleep at night. She's a party animal at night, but during the day she is absolutely sweet as can be. But that's pretty much the story of me. That's pretty much the story of where Greybird is. Greybird has grown into a whole lot of stuff. It started with videography. It transitioned into DJing, still doing videography. Then we picked up photo booth, all this other stuff. I've actually linked up with a guy named Will Timmons. He grew up here as well. But he and I do a lot of live streaming, a whole bunch of stuff. He's kind of a mentor like that. I've been fortunate to have a handful of people in my life they're just incredible. You're one of them. Andy was one of them.
You.
Will's one of them. There's another guy, Stephen Dixon, down in Mississippi, that I wouldn't be the same person that I am.
Right.
So,
yeah. It's really good to have a mentor in your life. I have one too. And I really hope that at one point during this podcast, we can get our mentors on here,
That'd
get
be
them
awesome.
on here and, let other people see what we saw in them and see how amazing they are. My mentor is Roy White. He is my uncle, which is so funny because we're like 4.5 years apart in age. So we're, we're more like brother-sister age, but we're uncle and niece. So I call him Uncle Roy, and people just look at me like I'm crazy. But he owns an HVAC company in Maryland, and he has taught me so much about leadership, about family, about love, about life, about faith, and just pulling all those things together and being the best person you can with all of that going on at the same
awesome.
time. Yeah. So it's very important to find someone out there that you can link up with like that. And it's good to, them to be a little different because you don't want the same, you don't want the same ideals. You want to learn from them. And I think that's kind of probably both of us have found that in our mentors.
Yeah.
For sure. That's awesome. Well, Gray, I am super excited about this whole journey we're fixing to go on.
Me too.
That's a little bit about us. So maybe the guests that come, listen, they'll say, oh, yeah, I remember that first podcast when we got to meet them and, how we're going to change along the way as we're doing this. And we get to share it with our listeners. I'm super excited.
So I have a question for you.
Yeah.
What are you most excited about with this venture?
I think I'm most excited about the new people I'm going to meet because I'm going to get to sit one-on-one with a lot of really experienced business leaders that I probably wouldn't have the opportunity to sit down one-on-one with them if it wasn't for something like this.
Yeah.
So again, who knows, I might find a second mentor in one of these people. So I think that's what I'm really most excited about is just the new people that are fixing to come through this show and share with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd echo the same thing. I'm super excited to see who I align with the way that I'm taking my business, the struggles that other people have had that I've had the same ones. And it's, okay, good. I'm glad I'm not in this boat alone.
Yes.
That kind of deal. I'm very excited to see how they overcame it or how they're dealing with it currently. Like, I think that'll be really cool.
And on that note, it might be something we could help somebody with. I mean,
Yeah.
we're thinking that they're going to help us, but hey, we're not too shabby of business people. Maybe we're going to help somebody else too, right?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
I'm not putting a lot on us, am I?
I don't know. You said it, not me.
Okay, I'm going to strive to do that this year, okay? I'm going to help at least one person
There you go,
since I
10-4.
said it. So I'm going to need you to strive for that too, okay?
Okay, I will try.
And I'm going to have to let go of striving to help you because I will tell you, you have been the person that I latched onto and wanted to see grow. And that was because I could see it, the desire that you had to grow your business. I don't think you need my help anymore, Gray.
I appreciate that.
I think you have taken off like an eagle.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're doing things that I never would have thought we would do. We're working with companies bigger than I ever thought that we would.
Yes.
And I'm very excited about that. But same with you. I mean, look, starting COVID, I don't remember what the number was, but you told me, man, I'd like to do this amount in this year. And came to you again, and it's like, yeah, we've already done that. Now we're on to another number. Like, you're crushing it.
Yeah, I'm enjoying setting those goals and reaching them and seeing. I'm really, again, I keep going back to people, so I must be a people person. I don't know. I'm really
Yes.
enjoying, am I a people person?
Yes.
I'm enjoying the different people that I'm meeting. And, I think doing events like I'm doing is so totally different from my last career path that it's so much more rewarding on a different level. So a lot of people in Sumter don't know, but I'm actually medically retired from the Sheriff's Department in Buncombe County. I was actually injured in the line of duty. So it's not that it was a career that I wanted to leave, but I had to leave. And, you know, at first that was really hard for me. It was very heartbreaking. I went through a lot with that. But then all these other blessings came about because of it. And so I have really kind of gone from a job where you saw a lot of distress, you saw a lot of heartbreak and turmoil, to this job that is fun, and I get to see all the smiles, and I get to see all the happiness. And so it's kind of been a whole transformation for me, changing gears. But I love it, you know. And when I was sheriff's deputy, I did this on the side for my fun job for like 25 years. But now I'm able to intentionally focus on building a real business around it. And that's been amazing to me.
I think our definition of fun is way different, because I've seen you at these things and this does not look, you're running around like crazy.
I know, I'm like a little mad woman, huh? With her little pouch on that's got her little nippers in it, and tape and stickies, and
Yeah.
But somehow I get fun out of that. I don't know.
Hey, power to you. I couldn't do it. I'm glad you do it, but I could not do it.
Well, everybody has their own niche.
This is true.
And yours is like that. Listeners, there is so much equipment over there. I wouldn't know what plugged into what, and that's your thing.
I like plugging stuff in, and I like pushing buttons.
Literally, I watched you. You were like, and I was thinking to myself, I would never be able to figure that out.
Yeah, that's my thing. That's something else I'm excited about with this podcast, is getting to dive into other people's worlds that I wouldn't otherwise be in.
Right.
Like we have a couple guests lined up. Destination Spa. Yes. Never been there. I don't know that I'll ever go there. However, my wife loves stuff like that. But getting to see her journey, her struggles, the things that she's dealing with, I'm super excited to see what that's about. We have Air Solutions.
Jimmy, he's amazing.
Yeah, I'm excited to see that. I love air conditioning, but I don't know the first thing about what I'm looking at. Yeah.
Right.
So, but he's a successful business owner.
He's an intentional successful businessman. So he is, I can't wait for us to talk to him. He's great.
Yeah. But jumping into that world, like I'm super pumped. Ashley Wright, that does leadership and things like that. I'm learning, but that I couldn't teach it. Like that's not my niche. Yeah.
Yeah. And Mia.
Yeah.
Mia from Mia Photography.
She and I share some similarities. I think I'll identify with Mia a lot.
Okay.
But she is very skilled at her craft.
Absolutely. She is not a photographer. She is a artist.
100%.
For sure.
Yes.
For sure. So we have a lot of great people lined up.
DJ Howie. I do identify with DJ Howie a lot.
Okay. Yes, you do, because you're a phenomenal DJ. You are the DJ of choice for the Hive at Lavender Estate. But what sets Howie apart, and you've told me this before, you don't dance. I'm not getting you out there on that floor to dance.
Nope, that's not me.
But that's his niche.
That's his thing.
That's how he pulls them in.
He does it extremely well. But it's not just that. Howie's an incredible person.
Exactly.
Same thing with Brooke. We've got Brooke Braswell. Braswell, right?
Brooke Braswell.
That's
one
right.
of the most beautiful business women in Sumter. I
what an awesome person, too.
That's inside and out. She's beautiful. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Inside and out. And we're going to learn a lot from her. Things that our listeners are going to be like, whoa, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
She does a lot.
She does. She's a busy woman.
Yes, she is.
Charlie Thompson.
Charlie. I've known Charlie a while. That guy.
He's a cool guy.
He's a cool guy, but he's such a smart guy. Like, it's incredible the stuff that he's in. He works a full-time job, but he also has a ton of side hustle stuff going on. And he's got it automated. Like, I'm excited for that one.
Yeah,
that one's going to be real good.
One too, yeah. But now we can't give all the spoils away. We're going to stop right there. We're not going to tell any more because we want everybody to keep listening.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
So that kind of gives them a little taste of what we're fixing to do.
That's it.
Yes.
We're diving deep into it.
We are. And intentionally diving in. Like, we are trying to intentionally pull people in for our listeners that we think you'll get quality you'll get something out of it, no matter which day you tune in or what episode you listen to. You're going to get some quality pieces out of every person that sits here and talks with us.
Yeah, because that's the goal. This is something, that when we were thinking this up, it's not, you mentioned it at the top, that how often do you get to sit down one-on-one with these people and kind of pick their brains a little bit about where they are, what they've done, how they got here,
right?
Stuff like that. So, yeah, I'm excited about it.
For sure. Yes. Once a week, our listeners can tune in.
Yep.
Starting the end of October.
Ish.
We haven't picked our date yet.
Let's not nail that sucker down.
It's not nailed down, but October-ish.
Yeah.
Because there, like we said on the top of the program, there's a lot that goes into a successful podcast, and we want this to be successful, not just for us, but for Sumter.
And we still have a lot to figure out too. Let's be honest. Like there's things that we're still figuring out with this. This is going to be ever changing, just like my business is. I know yours is too. I've watched it grow. You add stuff all the time.
Yep.
We're
going to kind of a cornhole. I know. I'm trying to think, is that the craziest thing we've done in here so far? But yeah, that might have grabbed
That's the craziest one I know of so far.
I mean, like, we literally had to lift the chandeliers because I was in panic mode.
Bonkers.
We probably didn't have to, but I was like, guys, you're gonna lift those chandeliers, right? Because it's those little things. Like, literally, I spent one night in here until 4 a.m. with a 16-foot jack lift, literally individually putting every one of those crystals on those chandeliers. That's what we're talking about. The heart of a business and the heart of what business leaders do. All the customer sees is the finished product.
That's right, yeah.
They don't see all that hard work on the front end or the hard work that goes on in the middle of a business. And those are the kind of deep dive things that we want to pull out and talk about.
Yep. The late nights, the details.
Yes.
That's, because you'll pass these people and you'll know maybe that, oh yeah, that's Howie, but you don't know the time that Howie's put into it. You just see the finished product of what the man can do. No,
Exactly.
He's put a lot of time and effort and thoughtfulness into what he does.
Yes.
Same thing with the others too. So I'm excited to get that.
Talking about thoughtfulness, just this is so funny. Just to give the audience an idea of how thoughtful you have to be about something. We have drinks in front of us.
Yeah.
Because I need a sip of something every once in a while when I'm talking a lot. So we were testing our mics and there was water with ice and it was jiggling. And I thought to myself, Gray's going to get me because it's just jiggling. And I know he can hear it in my microphone. It's those small little tiny details. So just so everybody out there knows, our drinks are hot because I can't put ice in them. So it really is the little details that help bring things together.
Yeah.
And some of them are really funny, like no ice. You can have a hot Coke in your cup, but
But if you hadn't said it, nobody would have known.
but it's those tiny little important things that make you a real leader in the community,
And that's what I hope people take away is just nuggets from what people, the guests, will delve out there. Because you never know what someone might say, depending on what their work is. It doesn't matter. It's all kind of the same thing. We're all in business trying to make it. Some of us made it quicker. Some of us made it slower, but we're all trying.
Absolutely.
Same thing with this podcast. We're trying.
Yes, we are. We're putting the time in. We're putting the energy in.
That's it.
We've laughed. Thank goodness we haven't cried yet. I don't want to do that.
If this doesn't
Greg.
record, I'm gonna cry.
I know, right?
Yeah.
But I look forward to working with you and
Me
doing
too.
this. This is going to be a great journey.
Agreed.
So it's going to be a blast.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. We're going to do this.
100%.
All right.
Let's wrap it up.
Let's wrap it up and do it. And the next time we come, we're going to be here for the first ever guest on Business Gold, a business leader's journey. And we are so excited and can't wait for it. Gray, let's do this.
Let's do this.
All right.
That's it for the first episode of Business Gold. Thank you so much for listening. Make sure that you tune in again. We release new episodes every Tuesday, so definitely come back. And while you're here watching on YouTube, make sure you click that like and subscribe button. We would greatly appreciate it.
And don't forget to follow us on Facebook and reach out to us at podcast.businessgold@gmail.com. Thanks for joining us for our very first episode. We'll see you next week.